Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Jaya Jaya Ram. Jaya Jaya Ram. Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedhase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Om Shri Ramachandraya Namaha. Atulita Baladhamam Hema Shailabhadeham Danujabana Krishanum Jnaninam Agraganyam Sakala Guna Nidhanam Vanaranam Adhisham Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Vatajatan Namami. Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Vatajatan Namami. Om Shri Hanumate Namaha. Om Dhyayami Chinmayanandam Gurudevam Mahamatim Prema Purnam Kriyashilam Sada Lokahite Ratam Kripalum Sundarakaram Samartham Satyadarshinam Vacha Tattva Prakashinya Shoka Moha Vinashinam. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Om Namah Shri Tulsi Dasa Sadvarishthaya Dhimate Puritam Hridayam Yena Rama Premamrite Name. Om Shri Tulsi Dasaya Namaha. Hari Om, a warm welcome. Yesterday in the 27th Doha we saw Ramanama Narakesari Kanaka Kasibu Kalikala Japaka Jana Pralada Jimi Palihi Dali Surasala Siyavara Ramachandra Ki Jai. Ramanama is like Narasimha Devata who came to eradicate the ill effects of Kalikala. And what is that? That is Kanaka Kasipu, Hiranyakashapu. Kanaka, Hiranya, both are gold. Kanaka Kasipu, Kalikala. And those people, Nyapaka Jana, people who remember Ramanama, not Hiranyakashipu, Ramanama. They are like Prahlada Jimi. Jimi means like. Those people who remember Bhagavan Shri Ramchandra ji always, they are like Prahlada. And what does Bhagavan do? Palihi. Dali Surasala. He will protect them. And therefore, remember Bhagavan's Nama all the time. That is how it ended. Continuing. Bhaya kubhaya anakha alasahu Nam japata mangala disidasahu Sumiri so naam ram gunagatha Karaunai Raghunath hi matha Mori sudhari hi so sab bhati Jasu kripa nahi kripa ghati Ram suswami kusevak moso Nija disi dekhi dayanidhi poso Lokahu beda susahib riti Binaya sunat pahichanat priti Gani garib gram nar nagar Pandita mudha malina ujagar. We will see till here and then proceed. Tulsi Das ji says, what is very important in our life, in every aspect of life rather, not only in terms of our bhakti towards Bhagavan, in any matter, there are, or rather we experience these two. What is that? Good and bad attitudes. Param Pujya Gurudev Swami Chinmayanandaji used to always say, don't hate the sinner, hate the sin, he used to say. What does that mean? There is nothing called a sinner. This is very important. And this is one of the most important teaching of our Sanatana Dharma. Whereas you will find in other scriptures or other religion, if I may say so, just for the sake of quoting, there are people, there are religion which claims you are a sinner, you are a papi. In Sanatana Dharma, there is no sinner. But there are sins. What is that? The sin is never in action. Sin is never the byproduct of an action. Sin is in the attitude behind the action. When the attitude behind the action is ignoble, then it is a sin. But if the action is noble, but very many times, like how in Bhagavad Gita, I often quote this because there are certain quotes which I may repeat 123 times, but they are so apt and so very, thought-provoking. Arjuna asks Krishna, Atha kena prayuktoyam papam charati purushaha anichannapi varshneya baladiva niyojitaha kena prayuktaha ayam purushaha papam charati. Provoked by what? Motivated by what? Inspired what in some cases? What? This Purusha, Purusha here means human being. Three included, please. Purusha, papam charati. Why do they perform sinful actions? Don't they know? We know. 99.9999% of our wrong actions we are aware not only while performing the action but even before we perform the action. Think. The attitude behind the action is at that particular moment only to gain pleasure. The bhavana is never with right attitude. Therefore, the wrong attitude oriented actions, we generally know, very rarely, negligible, we perform action without knowing, unknowingly, by mistake. But then we use that phrase by mistake everywhere and get away with. We will have to face the consequences later. We have to face the tune later. That is a second issue. The idea here is the attitude behind an action is what is condemned, not the action by itself. Look at this. Bhaya kubhaya. Bhaya here means bhavana, attitude. You can say subhaya. You can supply that word su in the first word. Subhaya kubhaya. Both in right attitude and wrong attitude. Anakha. Anakha means anger. Oh Rama. Everybody, including the speaker, I confess. Everybody. All of us have got lots of anger. We throw it everywhere on everybody. Why do we do that? Because anger comes out of desire. Please note. I desire something. When that desire does not get fulfilled, that that failure, that bhavana of failure finds an outlet, expresses itself, throws out as anger. Think. And the fourth one he says is alasahu. Alasahu, inertia, laziness. Who does not have this? Think. And more often than not, this anger and laziness, we have more where we are not supposed to have, and we have very less where we are supposed to have, or when we are supposed to have. Think. Now look at this statement. Bhaya, subhaya refers to Vibhishanji. Kubhaya, wrong bhavana, refers to the Rakshasas. Kubhaya refers to person like Indrajit, etc. Anakha refers to Ravana. Ravana was so angry on Ramchandraji that he vowed that he will never take the name of Ramchandraji. And finally, till the end, he never used the name of Ramchandraji. He always used to call him the king of Ayodhya, Rajkumar, not our Karnataka Rajkumar, Rajakumara of Ayodhya, that Vanavasi. Like that, he would make other adjectives, he would use other adjectives, he will never use the word Rama. Finally, in the battlefield, and that too for what? Who is that Rama whom I want to kill now? Then he used, and the second time he used was when he was shot by Bhagavan Sri Ramchandraji's arrow. When he fell down, he said, Hey Ram, and he fell down. These are the only two occasions. Why? Anakha, anger. Alasahu, Kumbhakarana. Who else? Excuse me, most of us are included in that, for your kind information. Yes or no? Thank you. I know you would have said yes quietly, silently, and you would have smiled without a smile. Is it not? Now think. Interestingly, this particular line represents all the four represents all of us. Subhaya. Subhaya is what? Good bhavana. All of us do have good bhavanas, do have good attitudes. Even Ravana had good attitudes. Kumbhakarna had good attitudes. Isn't it? All of us have got good attitudes. One of the reasons you will see that all the Rakshasas have got a lot of powers is because of their tapas shakti. So, that tapas while they had been doing, the attitudes were good actually. That application of that stern mind, it is a good attitude. Then the result what they asked for is maybe bad. But there are good attitudes. Early morning when you get up, the mind is fresh. Of course, in modern days, exception sustained. Subhaya. Kubhaya, wrong attitudes. Who does not have wrong attitudes? Tell me. Interestingly, you will find every single person thinks that he is always right and he always thinks that others' attitudes are wrong. And everyone feels they have lot of they justify actually. They think they have valid reasons to be so. But those are all justifications only. Think. So we also have wrong attitudes. Who does not have? And the best part of it, in case by mistake we have a habit of introspection, which generally nobody have got. Exceptions may be there. Whether you have that habit of introspection or even if you don't have the habit of introspection, when you go to bed, when the head hits the pillow, slowly our own mind will throw up and say, hey, foolish fellow, what have you done? Is this what was taught to you? Isn't it? Our own mind, you don't have to have people around to show fingers at you. Our own mind will throw fingers at us and say, what a foolish attitude you had. You should not have done this. Is it not? It shows. And the best part of it is, when this is spoken, we immediately remember again other people's errors. Hello. Put a mirror in front of us. We have to put a mirror in front of us. Look at our own wrong attitudes. Don't worry about the world. Don't show fingers at others. A wise man said, when you show one finger at other, 3 fingers looks at you. So many errors we also have. Who is out of errors? Who is out of anakha, anger? Think. We get angry at the drop of the hat, is it not? And the best part, you know what? Whenever we get angry with people who are more stronger, we bite our teeth and you cannot do anything, you have to keep quiet. And in the night you will dream and then you want to punch him on his face. That can happen only in the dream. But when the people are less strong than you go and hit him, slap him, shout at him. All this we do, is it not? Don't we do that? Anakha. Alasahu. Best place for alasya in action. Vedanta class. There, you sleep. And what is told in the Vedanta class? Half of it goes here and goes out here. Cross ventilation. Think. Lazy. And at home, we don't even take one tumbler, tumbler or cup of coffee, what we have drunk. We cannot go and wash it ourselves. We want the servant maid to do it. Think. All these bhavanas, all of us have got. There is nobody in this world without errors. There is nobody in this world without good attitudes. We have good, bad, indifferent. Think. Tulsi says, Nama Japata. Those people, having all these attitude, in spite of having all this attitude, those people who remember Bhagavan all the time, Nama Japata, what happens to them? Mangala Disi Dasahu. To those people, Bhagavan blesses us not because of what we are. I keep repeating this. Bhagavan blesses all of us not because what we are, in spite of what we are. That is why he is Bhagavan. Think. All of us also think good to others. Is it not? But then our attitude is not like that. If you are good to me, let me see. Is it not? Even sometimes when you hate some people, they say good morning. Good morning, good morning. Look at the way attitude we show. Think. Our attitudes actually take us far away from happiness. Bhagavan blesses all of us not because of what we are, in spite of what we are. In fact, if there is a person who says there is no Bhagavan, he is able to say that there is no Bhagavan because of the blessings of Bhagavan in him. Think. Otherwise, he is dead. Ramanam Satya hai. There also, an atheist, when he is carried, what is the slogan chanted? Ram Nam Satya hai. Think. Nama Japata Mangala Disi Dasahu. And for those people who take Bhagavan's Nama, who chants Bhagavan's Nama, who revels in Bhagavan's Nama, for them Mangala, auspiciousness, goodness comes from all Disi Dasahu, from all the 10 directions. We know 10 directions. 8 Ashtadik, Upar and Niche. Meaning what? 360 degrees. Bhagavan showers his love towards us. Think. And still see what we are. Pitiable, isn't it? But he has given the buddhi for us to transform our quality and texture of thoughts. Please note. Remember that. Sumiri so nama rama gunagatha. Therefore, we should take one more word from the next line. Karamu. Sumiri. Taking Bhagavan's nama. Remembering Bhagavan. Offering my salutations at his feet. So, Nama Rama Gunagatha Karavu. I now, taking his name with a clear understanding of what? Nama Japata Mangala Disik Dasahu. I will take this as a blessing from Bhagavan and Gunagatha Karavu. I will now take Bhagavan's Katha. I will narrate Bhagavan's Katha. Nai Raghunatha hi Matha. I will take Raghunatha's Katha, not worrying about anything. I will chant. I will sing his glory. I am not worried about my language, etc., etc. Why? Mori Sudharihi so sab bhati. He has several times told earlier, he repeats it. Why? He wants to make us understand. Don't expect too much from me. I am doing out of my love for Bhagavan. Don't expect too much from me. Tulsi Dasi is saying, please note. And small petty things, we take ownership. 1-2 lines I write, by mistake it has come properly, immediately, I wrote this. Is it not? How foolish can we be? Nothing is ours. Everything is his blessings. Tulsidas says, Mori Sudharihi, so sab bhati. Mori Sudhar, I have enough errors. I am not a good poet. I have complete and so many flaws in myself. Doesn't matter. So bhati. Bhagavan sees all of them. But Jasu Kripa, this line is so beautiful. Tulsidas says, Jasu Kripa nahi kripa aghati. How wonderful. Bhagavan's kripa, Bhagavan's blessings are such that he cannot but be compassionate. And he says, the more I make mistakes, the more he blesses me. Why? He makes me feel how I should be. Still he is blessing me in spite of my negativity, in spite of my flaws, in spite of my shortcomings. Therefore, mori sudharihi, he will take care of me. That is the glory of Bhagavan. You know, this is a great quality in Bhagavan. Tulsidas ji, world, people, poets, Santa Purushas, leave all of them. I am one Sakshi. I can't understand how Bhagavan has brought me here. I am the Sakshi. Jasu Kripa. That is why Bhagavan will never look at our ability, will not look at our inability to. Neither ability or inability. Bhagavan doesn't want both of them. Bhagavan says, I want your availability. I will give you ability. You have errors, no problem, doesn't matter. How much our mother, our father, they forgive us for all our mistakes. Why? Because of the love they have for their children, is it not? Similarly, Bhagavan blesses all of us in spite of our problems. And still he says, no problem, beta. It's okay. It's okay. Chalo, you can do it. Think. I remember when I was a small boy, I was an atheist. I never used to have faith in Bhagavan. I used to take my mother to the nearest temple. About 15 buildings from our house was one Ganapati temple in Vijinapura, Krishnarajapuram, IT colony, near IT colony in Bangalore. I used to take her. She used to go inside the temple and right outside, boys would be playing. I would tell her, you go and cry in front of that stone. I will play with lively boys. Think. And today, he has made me speak about him. What more Pratyaksha Pravana we want? That is why Bhagavan never looks for our ability. Bhagavan never looks for our inability. He never looks at our flaws. He never looks at our mistakes. He says, your availability is alone required. Rest, I will take care. Yamirka bhayamin. Think. Tumar achak kahun ko darna. Jasu kripa. Because that kripa flows irresistibly in spite of what we are. Nahi kripa aghati. How beautiful. Ramasu Swami Kusevak Mosa. Bhagavan Ramchandraji is what? He is the best master, Suswami. Today we have so many boss, we call. They throw bad words. They throw words which hurts the subordinates who work for the sake of the benefit of that boss. Is it not? Mistakes everybody makes. Who does not make mistake? Who is spared in this world? Think. We even blame Ramchandraji for making mistakes, not understanding what he is. Is it not? Krishna though, what to talk of Sri Krishna? Think. We label mistakes on Bhagavan himself. In that case, what are we tell me? Rama Suswami, he is such a great Natha, Lord. Kusevakamoso. He says, he is such a great Lord and he has got such a foolish sevaka like me. Rama Suswami Kusevakamoso Nija Disi Dekhi Dayanidhi Poso. What he sees is the love what we have. Nothing else. He oversees all the errors and mistakes and everything. One shot he will clear everything once we surrender at his feet. Nija disi dekhi dayanidhi. He is such a great dayanidhi. Lokahu beda susahiba riti. The way his lordship, Bhagavan Susahiba. Sahiba means Lord, Master, Boss. Lokahu and Veda. Veda talks about it. The world talks about it. What? Susahiba riti. His way of rule. That is why always we want what? Rama Rajya. Is it not? What is Rama Rajya? That is the glory of his lordship by which he takes care of every single praja. Not because of what they are, in spite of what they are. Binaya Sunata. What a beautiful name, word. Binaya Sunata Pahichanahi Preeti. All he sees is that humble attitude, humility in us, and he showers all his love, seeing our love, recognizing Pahichanat Preeti, recognizing our love towards him. He just brushes aside all our negativities, all our flaws, all our mistakes. He says, doesn't matter, it is okay. Chalo, come, I am waiting for you. Think. Some one or two mistakes, we throw people away from our life. How many mistakes we make? How many errors we do? How many blunders we do, crime we do? And still Bhagavan says, no problem. No problem. Realize your mistake. Turn towards me. I am there waiting for you. Think. That is the glory of Bhagavan. That is the beauty of Ramchandraji. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. We will continue tomorrow. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.